Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, October 6th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only, the King of the Ice, and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete. And we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your afternoons, mornings, wherever you may be across the world, and hanging out as we talk more NHL preseason games for tonight, some leans, where I stand, and hey, season's six days away. Simple as that. So, I mean, we're ready to rock and roll. We're excited. More clients are signing up by the minute. So, thank you all out there that are tuning in. And then signing up, you are signing up with one of the best. Also, I want to go through some Thursday night DFS. I know I talked about it yesterday, but I want to get more involved with it today and give you a nice definitive lineup tomorrow so you guys can rock and roll on your FanDuel and DraftKings lineups. But this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Sports are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we know quite well. And what better way to start cashing out large than going to BetUS? Set up with an account there today. Use the promo code 12ounce12OZ Sports. Simple as that. Once again, BetUS. Set up an account. 12OZ. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Pretty darn good if you're asking me. So, and also Zingo TV channel 761. Those out there that are tuning in, welcome aboard to today's episode. If you don't have Zingo TV, recommend it. Just get it. Buy. You don't even have to buy it. It's a free app. Download it on any streaming device out there. Go to Zingo, Zingo TV, and then flip over to channel 761, where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And Amazon.com. We have a website out there. Cold season is arriving. Get bundled up today by going to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. And of course, Pick'em Wars. All right, my buddies out there at Pick'em Wars, paying out top dollar, great cash prizes. Calling all sports fans. Basically, show us what you got, or show them what you got. Win cash prizes, compete against your friends, relatives, significant others. Free contests are posted every week, and I believe a lot of you have been signing up, so that's great to see. We need more of you. Tell them that Philly Pete referred you to Pick'em Wars. The pick is yours. That's why it's called the Pick'em Wars. It's 100% free to play sports games. They offer weekly contests, including the NFL and NCAA. All you got to do is basically pick the winners of each game. The users with the most correct picks share a piece of their weekly prizes, and like I said, they're paying tens of thousands of dollars for top-notch prizes. I mean, this is the cream of the crop when it comes to pick'em sports, and this is the way to go. Of course, if you like sports, if you like free money, this is your thing to do. Really, as simple as that. But of course, you're going to be watching the game anyways, and what better way to start out and winning some good money is by going and joining them today at pick'emwars.com. Once again, pick'emwars.com to play. There you go. Great guys paying top dollar. So here we are, Wednesday, hump day. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday afternoon or morning. Like I said, let's kick off the last night's NHL preseason games that we had. Panthers, Tampa Bay, Florida with a 3-2 victory over Tampa Bay. That was a plus 145 on the money line. So the Panthers do cash out. Over-under was at 6.5. That fell short by 2 goals. Again, I talked about this yesterday. The Buffalo Sabres, they're going to be one of those teams that should be circled for first period overs and full game overs, obviously, when we hit the regular season. So, that's just the cream of the crop right there. Like I said Buffalo. I mentioned a couple other teams as well. So, Buffalo heading into Pittsburgh last night. Pittsburgh with a 5-4 victory. Got 9 goals. Pittsburgh was minus 220 on the money line. I did say on the show yesterday that I did like Pittsburgh as a part of a sort of 2 or 3 team parlay. So 5-4, Pittsburgh walks off in overtime. Again, circle the Buffalo Sabres in the upcoming season in terms of overs in first periods and full game overs as well. Nashville, Carolina, over-under was set at 6 here. Another dog winner, and that's the Nashville Predators. Predators walk away with a 3-2 victory there in Carolina. So that's a nice solid win for Nashville. The game of the night that I was 100% locked on was the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. I did say to sprinkle a little bit on that puck line for the Islanders, minus 1.5. That cashed out. Isles with a 3-0 shutout against the Flyers. Flyers were playing their B squad team. Isles were playing their A squad. So again, that was a good. And it opened up at minus 130, minus 140, went up to minus 230 by puck drop. So again, you had to buy the number when it was available to you. Simple as that. So 3-0, Isles walk out with the victory there. The under did cash out though. I was on the over, but the under did cash out. But the Isles walk away 3-0, and they cash out on that puck line. Montreal at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Over-under was at 6.5. Leafs with a minus 190 money line winner right there. First period saw 5 goals. When you see 5 goals, half the time that's usually a cash out with the overs. Still 8 goals. Toronto, easy peasy victory there, 6-2 last night. Dallas and the Blues. I did like the Blues on that plus 115, plus 120 money line there. Dallas, however, walks away with that 3-1 victory. Vegas, Colorado, another team that I was on last night. Colorado. This was a dog night in preseason. Vegas with a plus 160 cashes out on that. 7-4 victory, and yet another over for the Colorado Avalanche. So there you go there. Kraken 4-0 over Vancouver. Vancouver was not putting out the best lineup last night. So Seattle, a good pointing there for Seattle to take the victory there on a small money line at minus 120. And Arizona, again, another dog cashes out in these preseason games, plus 135. Arizona with a 4-1 victory there over the LA Kings. Tonight's games. All right, tonight we have, actually, you know what? I'm going to move forward to the Cup Odds, and I'll take a commercial break, and I will talk DFS for Thursday, okay, giving you a little bit of a definitive lineup, what I'm thinking of, and then I'll talk tonight's preseason games because we have a loaded card. Actually, not really. We have 6 games on the menu, but we're getting closer and closer to the NHL season. So, but let's move to the Stanley Cup Odds. And when I did mention that a little bit of changes happened, some changes did happen. So let's start off. So the Avalanche, they still are at 5-1. Tampa opened up at plus 650, are now at 6-1. Vegas, they went up at 6-1 now to 8-1. Vegas dropped a little bit. Toronto 11-1. Boston 14-1. Carolina 17-1. Now this was updated this morning. About 6 a.m. This is via covers.com, so I'm getting the source from Covers. Carolina opened up at 15-1, now they're 17-1. Rangers opened up at 25-1, now they're at 20-1. Islanders again 24-1, now they're at 20-1. Florida 23-1, now they're at 20-1. So Rangers, Isles, and Panthers at 20-1. The biggest jump is the Dallas Stars. They opened up at 36 or even 38-1. I had this as 34-1. My clients actually have the Stars to win the Cup at 34-1. It is now at 22-1. The Stars. This is probably the biggest jump for any team in the NHL in terms of movements. And I told you this yesterday or even last week that when we see these teams in preseason, the books will watch this and they will pay attention. They will update these Stanley Cup odds as well. That's how it's always been. Vegas is smart. They are smart. They're bookies for a reason. They do their job very well. So the Dallas Stars took a very, very big-time move from 36-1 now to 22-1. So those that got the over 30 mark, congrats. I mean, that's a good value there. 22-1 is still a good number, but if you had 36, I mean, you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck. So Dallas, big-time movers in terms of the Stanley Cup odds. Edmonton opened up at 20-1. They're at 22-1. Some books I even saw at 26, 27-1 for the Edmonton Oilers. Minnesota stayed idle at 25-1. Pittsburgh at 25-1. Caps 25-1 as well. They opened up at 31-1. Montreal, again, another team that opened up at 16-1. Now they're at 28-1. I don't think they moved since last week when I talked to you guys about the Canadiens' move. So 28-1 now, Montreal. Flyers at 30-1, no movement. St. Louis 40-1 there, no movement. Winnipeg, again, I'm circling this team. I had them at 45-1. They're at 40-1. Calgary opened up at 30-1. Now they're 40-1. Blackhawks, again, another team that's been on the move. 70-1 they opened up at. Now they're at 45-1. So again, these books are understanding where this team is coming from. They made good moves. I mean, I'm really surprised that they opened up that high, between 65 and 75-1. I had buddies that got them at 80-1 when the books gave out the Stanley Cup odds. But 45-1 still a good number. Vancouver 62-1 now to 50-1. LA Kings 57-1 to 50-1. Jersey 100-1 down to 50-1. A big move there. Nashville opened up at 52-1. Now they're at 60-1. Ottawa opened up at 75-1. Now they're at 100-1. Anaheim basically went up double. They opened up at 68-1. Now they're at 125-1. Columbus 100-1 up to 125-1. Arizona 130-1 to 150-1. Buffalo basically 220-1 to 200-1. And lastly, Detroit at basically 2100-1 to now 200-1. So there you go. So I mean, a little bit of movement here. The more obviously above teams that we're seeing the first couple 10 to 15 teams. I mean, you look at Montreal, they moved pretty down. They regressed a little bit. But that was set. That was already set in stone from 16-1 to 28-1. But the biggest surprise is definitely the Dallas Stars, opening up at 36, even 40-1, now down to 22-1. I mean, that's that's people were we're thinking a little bit of what's going on in this situation here. But again, preseason does play a lot of part in Stanley Cup future. So get the number in while you can. And even Edmonton, here they have 22-1. Some books are at 22, 23-1. But if you're looking at locals, they have Edmonton at 28-1. Even DraftKings and FanDuel, from what I noticed last week, have Edmonton at 25-1. So again, not a lot of movement, but Dallas really is that big team that has slid up, to basically in the top 10 contention to win the cup. So, but there you go. There's the updated Stanley Cup odds. And on that note, it is 12:12 in the East. I want to take a quick 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, I will go over tonight's NHL preseason plays, a couple of leans for you guys. We only have 6 on the menu. And then DFS for Thursday night. Tomorrow night, Seahawks, Rams. Give me 2. I'll be back.
Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120Z and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sports book. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday, Hump Day, middle of the week episode of Pete's Power Plays, October 6th, 2021. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete, and we're live once again, like always, on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. This show, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. Set up with an account with them today and use the promo code 12ounce, 12OZ. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. It's good bang for your buck there. Once again, BetUS, promo code 12ounce, 12OZ. Also, Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all out there that are tuning in. If you don't have Zingo TV, it's a free app. Download it. It's on every streaming device out there. Punch in ZINGO and then flip over to channel 761, where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, of course, Amazon.com. We have a website out there. Support us today. The cold weather is upon us. Get bundled up today by going to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Also, Pick'em Wars, paying top dollar if you love betting, if you basically love weekly contests, sports, money, free cash. I mean, what can I say? Sign up with the guys over there at pick'emwars.com. They'll get you set up today. Again, you just basically sign up. Pick'em Wars, it's the way to go. They're paying out top dollar, weekly prizes, like I said. If you have the most wins in your NCAA football games for the week or your NFL games, they will basically give you a share of the prizes. And like I said, they're paying tens of thousands of real cash, real money. This is the way to go. Cream of the crop when it comes to Pick'em. So once again, go ahead and sign up with them today at pick'emwars.com. Again, you will not be disappointed because they're good guys over there, first off, and they're paying top dollar. So again, pick'emwars.com. Sign up with them today and start cashing out. So, ladies and gents, I am back today. Again, of course, middle of the week episode, October 6th. And we have 6 games on the NHL menu. Let's strive forward now and talk NHL preseason games for tonight and some leans. So last night we had a pretty decent night. Again, I don't keep track of my preseason bets, but I will give. That's why you listen to the show. I give them out to you here. And 6 games on the menu tonight. Last night we had, again, my lock lean last night was definitely the Islanders. Not only in the money line, but the -1.5 on the puck line as well. So that was pretty darn good, if you're telling me. But Washington Capitals at the Boston Bruins. Here we go. Over/under set at 5.5. The Bruins had -140 on the money line. Washington's at +120. I'll go down to the games first, and I'll give you my leans. The Detroit Red Wings at the Columbus Blue Jackets. All right, Columbus at -175 on the money line. Detroit +155. This over/under set at 6, and this is a game that I do like the over 6 on, and I like Columbus here tonight. That's where I'm leaning here in this game right off the bat. Columbus money line. I know it's a little bit juicy, -175. Consider a parlay or take them on the puck line. And the over 6. This Columbus team has been scoring lights out this preseason, so they're playing really, really good hockey. And hey, they might surprise us this year, but I like the way Columbus has been playing this preseason, and give them a shot tonight at that. Not only on the money line, like I said, if it's too juicy for you, just take it in a parlay. Again, you don't go more than a half unit on these preseason games. I can't stress that enough. A lot of you keep asking me, are you betting these games full unit? No, I don't bet preseason hockey games one full unit. I go a quarter unit or a half unit. That's it. Save the juice, save the mojo for the NHL season that starts in 6 days. New Jersey Devils at the New York Rangers. This over/under set at 6. Rangers are at -160 or -180. Excuse me. And the Devils are at +160. I mean, we had a big dog night last night. Do we see more of that tonight? Well, I feel like it's been back and forth. The heavy favors cashing out a couple of nights ago. Last night we got the dogs. Tonight, do we get the favors winning tonight? So we'll see what happens there. St. Louis at the Minnesota Wild. St. Louis +105, Minnesota -125. Over/under set at 6. Calgary and Winnipeg. Over/unders at 5.5. Winnipeg's -135 on the money line. Calgary's at +115. And the nightcap, 10 o'clock, Anaheim, LA -130, and Anaheim +110. So, well, we had dogs last night cash out. Do we do back-to-back nights of dogs? Well, listen, tonight I'm going to be, Boston, Washington. That's a game they consider. It's tough to take these. It's tough to take unders in preseason. I realize that. Overs have been cashing out nonstop this preseason, and it's only going to and you hope for that going into the upcoming season. You look at teams like Edmonton, who's going to get a lot of coverage with the overs. They might even start out with over 6.5 in their games in the beginning of the season, I feel like. But I feel like Edmonton's a good over team to consider. Even first period over. Chicago, another team to consider. Again, this Columbus team you could consider. Detroit has been giving up goals too. A team that you could definitely consider. So there's like 4 or 5 teams right out there. Buffalo, that will definitely give up a lot of goals this upcoming season. And, we've seen that during preseason. But tonight I'm going to rock out the Boston Bruins at -140. Again, these are just small leans, quarter unit bets. Detroit, Columbus, like I said, this is probably my heavier lean of the 6 games here tonight. Columbus here I like on the money line, maybe even sprinkle the puck line at -1.5. But and the over 6, obviously we've been seeing Detroit score and give up a ton of goals. We've been seeing Columbus score 4 or 5 goals. I mean, in the entire preseason. So that should be enough to get this over tonight. So I like Columbus here and the over 6. Jersey and New York. I'm gonna take a shot here with the dog. +160. We had a bunch last night cash out. We're getting closer to the end of preseason. Preseason ends on Saturday, so we have a couple, about 4 days left, 3-4 days left of NHL preseason. So these top of the line players will get their last runs in before the regular season. But I like the Devils here +160. You got to take some dogs here tonight. I like the Wild here at -125. I do consider taking, especially the Wild. They've been playing pretty decent as well this upcoming during the preseason. They've been playing pretty solid. But all in all, I do like the Wild here at that small money line at -125. I like the Winnipeg Jets here as well. Over 5.5 seems pretty good as well. That's what I'm thinking here. And then, of course, Anaheim and LA. I think the Kings bounce back in this situation. Again, these are just preseason games, quarter bets, okay? Quarter units, half units. Don't go crazy with these. Again, you got to save the mojo for the regular season. That's how I am. That's how it's been, okay? So, but again, LA, I lean LA here tonight. I also, I lean Winnipeg in the over. I lean the Minnesota Wild tonight. I lean the Jersey Devils at that +160 spot. I lean the Boston Bruins, and then my heavier lean of the night, and probably most confident lean for preseason hockey tonight that I'd probably consider putting a half unit on. The other ones maybe a quarter or less, but a half unit play here, most likely on the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line here. And I do consider the over. I do like the over 6 in this game as well. So that's where I stand with these 6 games, going light to more confident lean. So there you have it. But clients, like I said, that have signed up, again, I had about 3 of you sign up this morning. So I will get to you right after the show. I'll give you my futures. I had a couple questions reach out to me in regards to my futures. I had people sign up over the summertime, okay? Once the lines came out, I had my returning clients come by, and I had a bunch of new clients come in on board in July and August. So you had, again, you're not going to get these lines that I got to the clients back in the summer. Should be close enough, but that's the thing. That's why you should probably sign up now. Again, there's no rush, no need to rush, no need to be pressured. But if you want to get that little bang for your buck still before the next 6 days happen, and the futures, they do change. They do change. Like I said, look at the Dallas Stars. I mean, that is a client future. Okay, we have them at 34-1. Now they're at 22-1. So that's what you're going to be getting. Unfortunately, not 34. So again, those that signed up this morning, I will get to you guys after the show. Give you guys your over/under bets, season total points bets, Stanley Cup futures as well. And hey, man, we're gonna be rocking out. So, and again, if follow me and I'll follow you back. You can reach out to me at The Real Pete Tooch. You can search for me at Philly Pete. I'll answer any of your questions. Daily fantasy questions, I get that a lot. Especially on Sundays, who I should start, who should I plug and play, questions like that, and I will help you to the promised land. Also, NHL, obviously the season's in 6 days, so sign up with me today. It is the NHL regular season and playoff package. It includes Stanley Cup futures and over/under season point bets as well for a price of $350. A lot of cappers out there are charging between $500, $600 to $1,000 just for regular season bets, not even playoffs or anything what I'm considering. So I'd say like the best bang for your buck is signing up with Philly Pete. And again, record and units don't lie. Check out my timeline for the last 3 seasons capping this sport. We're going to go into year 4 with some good positivity, and let's rock and roll. So I appreciate you clients for signing up with me. I won't let you down, and let's rock and roll. So last 5 minutes of the show, let's get into NFL Daily Fantasy. All right, enough of NHL preseason talk for the time being. But NFL DFS, Thursday night, tomorrow, we have the LA Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. I do expect the LA Rams to come back and bounce back. Seattle is at home, plus 2.5. Yes, they are, plus 2.5 for the Seahawks. I believe that's probably going to stay. I feel like a lot of money is going to go towards the Rams. I like the Rams. I just think they have the better defense. And offenses, of course, they're both fantastic offenses. But I feel like the defense here, edge, does belong to the Rams. Absolutely got annihilated by the Cardinals, undefeated Cardinals, I should say, last week. And I think they bounced back in this game here. And the over-under set at 54.5. Thursday night football games are very, very sloppy. We know that. Last week's game, Cincinnati and Jacksonville went under by a point. And, of course, Jacksonville did cover that spread there. So, but I think the Rams here, I like that minus 2.5. It could move to 3 by tomorrow. So I think that minus 2.5 is a good spot. I even like the Rams on the money line. If you're not feeling that spread, it could be, a lot of people think it's going to be a little bit closer than expected. But I like the Rams here on the money line. I like the over 54.5. I just feel like, Seattle's defense can give up a ton of points. I mean, Arizona's defense gave up, Rams defense gave up a lot, over 30 points to the Cardinals. So Seahawks have a pretty potent offense as well. So I expect that to go over, and I like the Rams minus 2.5 and on the money line. So looking at fantasy football here, and I said yesterday, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, and Van Jefferson should be considered in your lineups, but I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here, a little bit of a heads up, or a little bit of an advance lineup before going into tomorrow, and that's how I'm feeling. So basically, a specific lineup that I have right now, and I may or may not make tweaks to this, but it looks pretty good. And honestly, Matt Stafford and Van Jefferson are not in this lineup. So, but I do consider locks with those three. You should probably put them in your lineups. But if I'm looking at optimized lineups, even tournament lineups, I have Russell Wilson as your MVP. I have Chris Carson up there as a running back. Cooper Kupp, of course, who has been phenomenal this season so far. Tyler Higbee, the tight end as well. Seahawks do give up a ton of points to their tight ends. And, of course, DK Metcalf. So you got to go with, a solid receiver from the Rams. Cooper Kupp leads the way there. And, of course, DK Metcalf. Russell Wilson, he should have a solid game as well. But, again, Matt Stafford against Seattle defense, because Seattle defense is not the best. I think Stafford will, basically pull some plugs there. I really expect Stafford to blow up in this game. I do. I think this is going to be a good offensive matchup. I really do. But, again, defense goes to the Rams. So we'll see. We could easily see another 37-31 game, or we could see a simple 21-17 sort of game, and it goes well under. So we'll see what happens there. Another. I don't really trust Sony Michel in daily fantasy. I don't. He hasn't done anything this season, so I'd probably lay off of Sony for the time being. But again, just go with those top receivers. Consider DK, consider Cooper Kupp, definitely consider Russell Wilson and Matt Stafford if you can. If you can get both of those quarterbacks in there, go ahead. Obviously, your value will have to trickle down a little bit and maybe snag a Michel or Darrell Henderson or like I said, or Chris Carson or someone down the list if you're going to consider both quarterbacks, because I do expect to be a lot of points in this game. So, we'll see what happens there. So stay tuned. A couple other lineups that I have, Stafford I have as an MVP. I even have Robert Woods and Kupp in the same lineup, and then I have DK Metcalf in there as well. So, these are just a little bit of options that I'm working through. But tomorrow you'll get that guaranteed, of course, like always, the free Twitter lineup, of course, that will be given out about an hour or so before kickoff, and of course clients will get theirs as well. We've cashed out 7 lineups since the beginning of the season. We're heading into week number 5, and hey, like I said, 7 lineups cashed. Let's go. I've also dropped the DFS fees down if you want to strictly do NFL daily fantasy. I've dropped that down from $100 to $75 for the rest of the season. So again, discounts from Philly Pete, and that's how I am. Simple as that. So, but I'm out of time. I hope you all had a phenomenal time with me. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, to talk more pucks and DFS. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you. Bye.